What's cracking, Jack? It's Friday, January 9th, and you're in the jungle. 10 games on tap in the NBA. I've got them all for you, baby. Let's do it. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the jungle. I'm going to break down all 10 games in the NBA and give you my best side or total and player prop for each one of those games. Now, I don't recommend betting every game, so take what you want and leave what you don't. If you're looking to bet exactly what I'm betting, if you want to roll with what I'm rolling with, you can do that in one of two ways. You can either purchase my $5 favorite play of the day, and for just $5 a finner and no further commitment, you get my best NBA bet of the day text to your phone. The second option is to become a jungle member. And as a member, you get my full betting card sent to your phone every single day. All sports, all access. You also get entry to our members-only Discord and a direct line to me if you'd like me to opine on any other bet that you are considering placing. We have a free weekly trial. Take it for a test spin and see if it's for you. Today's video is brought to you by Outlier.bet, the top name in sports betting research, and by Red Lobster. Join us at our Lexington, Kentucky location, January 19th, and enjoy the sounds of Ciento Cinco, Venezuela's number 2 Maroon 5 cover band. Yesterday was a kooky day in the NBA. There were only 4 games. One got postponed. The Bulls and Heat got postponed because there was ice coming up, water coming up from underneath the floor from the hockey rink. So we had Jaime Jaquez. We only had 2 bets. We had Jaime Jaquez. He didn't play. And then we had Brandon Miller. Got ejected. He had his PRA. He was well on his way. He got ejected with 2 technicals at the start of the third quarter. So we were 0-1. Didn't really have anything going on. A lot to get to today. Let's roll. Our journey begins in Orlando. Philadelphia minus 2.5. Taking on the Magic over under 226 and a half. You know, both teams have identical records. Both teams have exactly a point differential of plus 1.4 per game. Both teams are exactly 6-4 in their last 10 games, but the Sixers have been better against the spread, covering 6 of their last 10 compared to Orlando's 3 of their last 10. Now, the Magic have struggled without Jalen Suggs in the lineup, and they've had a cupcake schedule the last 5 games. They played the Bulls, the Wizards, the Nets, and the Pacers twice. This is a big step up in class now, taking on the 76ers, who have been undervalued by the books on the road this season. Philly is 8-2 against the number in their last 10 road games. I like Philadelphia minus the short number, and I like Anthony Black of the Magic over 8.5 rebounds plus assists. He's over this number in 8 of his last 10 games and in 15 of his last 20. New Orleans minus 2.5 at Washington. Battle of the have-nots. Over under 241.5. Leave your defense at home. Trae Young most likely not playing for the Wizards, so Bub Carrington, hey, that's Michael's kid, will re-enter the lineup, starting lineup with C.J. McCollum now in Atlanta. Keyshawn George also back for Washington. The Pelicans have lost 9 straight games, and they're 2-8 against the number in that time. Washington has won 5 of their last 10 straight up, which is good for teams like Washington and New Orleans. And they're 6-4 against the number in their last 10. Washington also 6-3 against the spread. Their last 9 games versus bottom 10 defenses, of which the Pelicans are a card-carrying member. I like Washington plus the 2.5 at home, and I consider Keyshawn George of Washington over 17.5 points and assists. Toronto plus 8.5 at Boston. The over-under is 222.5. I think the total's low. These are the first and third best scoring defenses in the East. That's why the total's low. Boston allows just 110.6 points per game. Toronto allows 112. That puts us right around 223, but they're also 2 capable offenses as well. Boston scores 117.6 per game. Toronto scores 114. That puts us at 231.5. They played twice this year. 1 game went over, 1 game went under. In the game that went under, both teams shot significantly lower than their season field goal percentage. Toronto shot just 41%, and both teams got to the line very few times. It's also worth noting that Jaylen Brown didn't play in that game. So I play the over here, and I consider Jaylen Brown over 28.5 points. He's over this line in 12 of 17 home games this season, 71% of the time, shooting 24 times a game at home. Jaylen Brown's second in the NBA in field goals made behind Giannis. He makes 11 field goals per game, more than SGA, more than Maxey, more than Luka. Next game we're looking at Clippers, minus 2.5 at Brooklyn, the over-under is 215.5. Kawhi Leonard is questionable. He stepped on a fan Wednesday night, can't make it up, and turned his ankle. If Kawhi doesn't play, which the line is indicating that he's not, I like Brooklyn plus the points at home. They've been playing better. Winners in 5 of their last 10 straight up and covered the number in 6 of their last 10. I also like Nicholas Claxton of the Nets over 10.5 points. His production this season is as steady as you get. He's playing 30 minutes a game, pretty much every game, taking 9 to 10 shots a game. He's over this line in 72% games this season, 70% of his last 20, 8 of his last 10, and 4 of his last 5. Thunder minus 5.5 at Memphis, over under 228.5. Tons of players out in this game. So the Thunder starting 5 is going to look like Mitchell, Dort, Williams, Wiggins, and Carlson. Bless his heart. John Morant out for Memphis. Cedric Howard questionable for Memphis. So we can't really draw any possible handicap data from this. So we're going right to the player prop market, and we're looking at Cam Spencer of Memphis over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Atlanta plus 1.5 at Denver. The over-under 235.5. I like the Nuggets at home on the money line. They won 2 straight games on the road against the Sixers and the Celtics without the Joker. The Nuggets are 10-5 at home, and the Hawks just 2-8. Their last 10 games straight up as an underdog. I also like Aaron Gordon of the Nuggets over 21.5 points plus rebounds. I don't think his minutes restriction is going to last long at all. He should see 30 minutes tonight. Knicks minus 1.5 at Phoenix. The over-under is 228.5. This should be a good game, man. And we're going to take the 1.5 with the Suns at home. The Knicks are just 7-9 straight up on the road. Phoenix 12-5 straight up at home. Suns also winners of 7 of their last 9 straight up. And the Knicks have lost 4 of their last 5. So we're taking the 1.5 with the hot home team. And you have to consider Deuce McBride, though, of the Knicks over 12.5 points. He's over this in 4 of his last 5 games with a median of 17 points a game. It continues to see a lot of minutes and usage with Josh Hart out. Kings plus 14.5. Bless their heart against Golden State. Over under 229.5. I think this is too many points for the old ass Warriors to lay to anybody. They've only covered this line in 16% of games this season, and the Kings have covered the line of plus 14.5 in 73% of games this season. Golden State also overvalued by the books. They're 5-10 in their last 15 games against the spread when lined as a favorite. So I take all those points with the Kings, and I look at Steph Curry over 4.5 assists. He's over this in 7 of his last 10 games with a median of 5.5 and 10 potential assists. He's also over this line in 6 of his last 7 home games. Houston minus 6.5 at Portland. The over-under is 220.5. Now, these two teams just played, same venue, same city, 2 days ago in Portland. The line was 7. Portland won. It was Houston minus 7. Portland won straight up, 103-102. Houston shot a season-low 37% from the field in that game. These are the things you have to look at. And they shot just 22% from 3. And for comparison, their season field goal average is 49%. They shot 12% less. Their season three-point percentage, 39%. They shot 17% less. They still out-rebounded Portland in that game, like they do everybody, 57-38. I expect regression back to the mean today. I like the Rockets, minus the 6.5. I also like Jabari Smith Jr. of Houston, over 6.5 rebounds. He's over this line in 13 of his last 20 games with a median of 7 and 13 rebound chances per game. In the last game on the docket tonight, Milwaukee, plus 3.5 at the Lakers, over under 229.5. I like the over. Milwaukee's giving up 115 a game. The Lakers are giving up 117 a game. With Giannis back in the lineup also, 3 of the Bucks' last 5 games have hit 233 or higher. So play the over 229.5 and consider Giannis over 41.5 points plus rebounds. He's over this in 3 of his last 4 games with a median of 44. Have a great day, Jungle Nation. Put your favorite NBA plays in the comment section. And I'll see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.